Kathy Gazie. The sisters call me Sister Kathy. I'm a handmaid of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And I live at St. Raphael Center. And I see my ministry is hospitality. For me, hospitality is emptying oneself for the other, so that I can become more attentive, we can become, to those who come to our house, whether it's a retreat center or a classroom or whatever. It's welcoming a stranger. It is a gift to be generous, very generous with time. It is being Eucharist. I see that Jesus modeled for us hospitality. He, to the point of becoming bread and wine, and poured out for all. Living in community, and praying together, sharing one's struggles and one's joy, and bringing it before the Lord in the Eucharist in adoration. So that nourishment of community and of the Eucharist, that brings me the joy, and that relationship with Jesus Christ. It is also in the retreat center when some come, maybe with a heavy heart, but the joy is watching them as they go through their time here. The change, the transformation, and seeing how they have been touched by God. And they had that space to meet with the Lord, to see their face radiant as they leave. That brings me joy. It's like that caterpillar in the cocoon, and then when it's time you come, you be transformed into a butterfly. And so, before I was shy. I sometimes lacked confidence, and as I entered and I learned so many things, and I keep learning new things about God, the transformation was beginning. And what would be wonderful is receiving a letter from my Father telling me how he sees me grow, and the gifts that have been within. It's deepening, and it's also has opened avenues that I would never have known. It's coming out of myself more and more in becoming and continue to become what God has called me to be. And what was a gift was that letter from my Father. He saw that in the needs of the world that I see. The war in the Ukraine, the children and teenagers who are being killed on our streets of Philadelphia. I bring them and their family in when I see a picture of a mother just torn because her child was killed by a stray bullet. Wrong place at the wrong time, you know. And I'm moved by that. And I want to bring them, you know, be a voice for the voiceless. And that's what I bring. That, you know, I can't, I'm not out there to be with them personally, but I see the need of healing and the need of reparation and reconciliation, and so I bring that to prayer. That's how I do it. I fell in love with Raphaela when I first read about her life, And she's with me always as my mother and of the order. And I am learning, constantly learning from her spiritual notes, from her letters, hearing in letters from the other sisters, and just the whole history. And she lived the Eucharist. She lived reparation and reconciliation with her sister. She lived the charism, and that's what we're all called to do. Well, you know, God is the potter, and God has one of the best artists will ever experience, because God created the world, the universe, everything that's growing from the ground, flying in the sky, swimming in the water, and human beings. And it's amazing to me how we can be sustained and continue giving life and birth and nourishing. But then I have here a book called Lifelines, and it's holding on and letting go. I'm in the process of letting things go, you know.